It's just a quiet day in Florence and there's no one here. How would you like to get around Florence? Well, you can rent a scooter. Probably need an app though. Everything needs an app. Scooters and bikes and all things nice, and I'm trapped. Lucky me. Well, hello there from not a Florenzian street. Yes, it's Andy from the future again, and I have split the Florence vlogs into two. So thanks for joining me. Dhaka to Dakar, we are still doing it. Back in Florence, it was time to check out some cathedrals and learn a little bit about the family that ruled Florence and Tuscany for many a year, the Medici family. So let's have a look at how I found it, because one of the churches, the Santa Croce, is very, very important. It's the burial place of many famous Renaissance figures. This take for sure. By planes, buses, trains and cars, I'm heading from Dhaka to Dakar. The Cathedral of Santa Maria di Fiore. I'm still doing it, aren't I? The Cathedral of Santa Maria di Fiore. Better with an Australian accent. Here we are. The weather is colder today, and this is the shortest I've actually seen this line when I've passed it. So that's pretty good. And yeah, this is the numero uno cathedral in town. And there's no ticket required to visit the cathedral, but you can pay to visit museums about the cathedral, and indeed to walk on the dome. Why, sometimes it's just referred to as Duomo. I mean Duomo. And look, it's like Luxor, there's horse and carriages. And nobody's actually tried to get me on one so far, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Construction was begun in 1296, and it was completed 140 years later in 1436. And as you might guess, it combines Gothic architecture with Renaissance architecture. And the height is 114 metres. It's one of Italy's largest churches, and until the development of new structural materials in the modern era. And for a long time, the dome was the biggest in the world. Over here, I don't know exactly, this looks like a crypt or something. Whatever it is, it's open. Actually, it's a shop and a cafe. There you go. I think you need a ticket to get into this part. See the ancient ruins of Florence and archaeological treasures below. What else can be said about Florence, eh? Well, you can certainly buy a handbag or two, or a gelato. Yeah, no, there's lots of places for handbags and such things. Oh, and look here, this is a Florence thing. They like to show you the meat you'll be eating as you walk through to entice people in. Not so great for vegetarians, I guess, but actually a lot of restaurants present the meat. Yeah, a lot. And I kind of like it. But then I kind of like. What a charming spot. Florence never stops to surprise you. It come around a corner and you see something you didn't expect to see. Behind me is the Cathedral Santa Croce. Firstly, check out that awesome building, and secondly, there's the church for you folks. I don't know if we can go inside. Let's find out. Usually you pay to go and see churches, but well, this one is supposed to be very significant. They really don't buy the lay methods to speak Italian here. You go, uno biglietti por favore, and their response is €8. I'm like, come on. Completed in 1395, consecrated 1443, and famous for works of Michelangelo, and the fact that he's actually buried here, along with other famous people like Galileo, Machiavelli, and Rossini, the composer who composed the William Overture. Folks, this is the tomb of Michelangelo. Well, I think there are works in here by Donatello, and we've seen the Museum of Leonardo da Vinci, so really we're only missing one Ninja Turtle, Raphael. I don't know, I shouldn't have gone there, should I? Okay, so this one here is dedicated to Dante. Now, I was told that it's not really his tomb, he's not really buried here, that's fake, along with the one to Machiavelli. Now, who knows if that's true or not, I don't know. As I said here, this is dedicated to Machiavelli, but he may not actually be here, I don't think. Rossini, composer of William Tell Overture, and many other works of which I know very little. Whilst he is buried here, Michelangelo didn't actually provide any of the artwork in this church. Donatello did, and many others. Paid for by Cosimo Medici the First, Medici to be Grand Duke of the Florentine Empire. in Florence, there's always an artist easel set up somewhere. This amazing building here. Inside a gold market, 18 carat. Folks, what we have to learn about now is the Medici family. The Medicis have their origins back in the 1200s, the 13th century, when they became bankers, and before you knew it, they were the richest bank in all of Europe. And under Cosimo Medici the First, in the first half of the 15th century, they basically came to power here and ruled over Florence and then Tuscany for many, many years until the 18th century. Fried chicken, yeah. FF, it should be called FFC. Florentian fried chicken. Looks the Basilica San Lorenzo. Now this is a significant cathedral here because this is where the Medicis are buried. This includes the Medici chapel, and it's on the site of two previous churches. But it was the Medici family that had this version. This is the Renaissance version built, and yeah, it also houses the Medici chapel. You can see it's a very different style to the Santa Croce. I believe that these paintings are Michelangelo. This little market here is just off the San Lorenzo Cathedral, and it's regularly there, and I've got a feeling it leads up to the station. Anyway, check out all the leather goods. Leather. There's a lot of dead cow here, and probably some fake dead cow. That's where the Hare Krishnas bought all their clothes. The lolly shops are also really popular here, or candy if you prefer, to my American viewers. Ooh. No dogs, no food. A shopper's paradise, you'd have to say here. Florence, a shopper's paradise. Over there is the fake Winnie the Pooh. And look, Haribo. So, yeah, lots of designer sunnies for you, sunglasses, and of course handbags. Everywhere you go, handbags. The jewellery, perfume, pretty much what you'd expect. Chanel, of course. So you're going to want to have a bit of money if you want to go shopping in Florence. Oh, that's cool. Next up here we have Palazzo Medici Riccardi, which is the Palace of Ricardo Medici. So let's see how the Medicis lived a little, hey? This understated courtyard dates from 1444. There's a Medici, Grand Duke. I haven't mentioned the Medici family. Managed to produce two or three popes. I don't know how that happens. It's fair to say palaces are not sort of designed on a what do we need basis, but rather how much can we have basis. You know what I'm saying? There's Cosimo II de Medici, Grand Duke, 1590 to 1621. This is a gallery, the gallery. It's more from Luca Giordano. They love to paint ceilings. When did we stop putting murals on ceilings? My apartment could really be brightened up by a couple of ceiling murals. This palace has a cellar full of heads. I really need to get a cellar, yeah? I don't know what to do with all the heads. They're just sort of sitting in the cupboard at the moment. Noses just don't seem to last, do they? Or maybe it's related to the Sphinx. Look, this guy's got no nose either. How does he smell? Terrible. Do you think somewhere there's a big repository of everyone's nose? Oh, crikey. No nose. No nose. Okay, now that's that. Florence. Food. Actually, there's a huge market there. Here's a place to grab some food. Be for a decent price, too. And a wine bar. There had to be one, didn't there? Chop it up here and they cook it for you over there. It looks brilliant. And they are cooking my steak and I'm getting hungry. I'm salivating a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well folks, I'm pretty happy because this is €24 all up, not including the drink. But that's huge. I'm going to enjoy this. What a great place to come and get a meal here in Florence. We might just have enough time to check out the market below. If you're looking for a vino, you came to the right place. This is all, we've got a lot of dried food here. Sun-dried tomatoes, dried mushrooms, and of course sweets. Folks, Florence has a wow factor, a real wow factor. You can't miss this place. Folks, tomorrow's the 31st of March and we're moving on from Florence to Nice. Got a couple of nights there as we push towards northwest Africa in quite a hurry actually. We're going to speed through Spain and we might even pick up someone on the way, who knows. It's time for me to get ready for 3 out of 4 days of train trips. Now, anywho, thank you for watching me as always. Take care wherever you are in the world. Dhaka to Dakar will continue. May the journey never end.